Marvel's Comic-Con 2026, epic reality versus fan expectations. All right, let's just dive right into it, because Marvel Studios literally just broke the timeline at San Diego Comic-Con, and the internet is completely melting down. If you've been scrolling anywhere today, you know the rumors, the leaks, and the insane expectations have been entirely off the charts. We're doing a rapid-fire breakdown of the actual epic announcements that just dropped in Hall H for this explainer, and you're definitely going to want to stick around until the very end, because we're doing a full shot-by-shot deep dive into that massively leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer that had the entire crowd losing their absolute minds. There is a ton of ground to cover, so let's hit the facts.
So, was the Marvel panel god tier or a menace? Well, going into this weekend, the hype was reaching dangerous levels. You literally couldn't open a feed without seeing massive online rumors guaranteeing a full, brand new X-Men casting announcement. But reliable insiders were actually warning us right before the lights went down to temper those exact expectations. Why? Because right now, Marvel is executing a very specific ruthless strategy. They want our focus strictly on the classic, legacy X-Men for Avengers Doomsday. This is kind of their final dance, you know? Marvel absolutely refused to let a brand new cast pull the spotlight away from the emotional weight of seeing those legendary veteran mutants one last time.
Looking at the fan expectation of a full X-Men cast reveal versus the reality that it was saved to protect brand new day secrets, it brilliantly illustrates what's going on behind closed doors. It was actually impossible for Marvel to bring out a young, new X-Men cast today because Sony and Marvel are aggressively guarding a massive secret. They're hiding the absolute bombshell that Sid Sink is playing Jean Grey in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day. If they marched the new X-Men out onto that stage, it would have instantly spoiled the massive surprises they've got lined up for Peter Parker's next cinematic chapter. Corporate synergy is tighter than ever right now, and protecting those massive reveals took top priority for sure. Now, taking a look at the timeline, we've got Avengers Doomsday in December 2026, Avengers Secret Wars in 2027, Ghost Rider in 2028, and Black Panther 3 in December 2028. What's genuinely shocking here is how surprisingly sparse this Phase 6 release schedule actually is. The crucial point you really need to take away is that massive 2027 gap where only Secret Wars is slated. It effectively kills any fan hopes for a bridging movie. If you were holding out for Doctor Strange 3 or a Scarlet Witch solo film to connect Doomsday and Secret Wars, it's officially not happening. We're getting a full year of absolute cinematic silence between the two biggest Avengers events in history just to build the anticipation to an absolute boiling point.
With TV news moving to August's D23 and Avengers Endgame Encore arriving in September 2026, you might be wondering where all the Disney Plus shows went. Well, Kevin Feige and a little animatronic Fantastic Four Herbie robot took the stage early on to confirm they skipped TV news completely. They're intentionally holding massive drops, like that highly anticipated Vision Quest trailer for the D23 Expo. But Feige didn't leave the crowd empty-handed. He casually announced the theatrical re-release of Avengers Endgame for September 2026. But wait, this isn't just a rerun to print money, guys. It's officially titled Avengers Endgame Encore, and it's going to feature brand new, never-before-seen scenes seamlessly edited into the film that connect directly to the upcoming multiversal collapse in Avengers Doomsday.
Then, the bombshell. Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider. Right after the Endgame news, the energy in Hall H shifted completely. The giant screens went pitch black, the lights cut out, suddenly the roaring, aggressive sound of a massive motorcycle engine echoed through the entire convention center, literally shaking the floor. The lights snapped back on and there he was. Ryan Gosling is officially confirmed to play Ghost Rider. This is the definition of breaking the internet. Marvel actually listened to the fans and made one of the most massive long-running online fan casts absolute canon. Gosling is riding into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and let me tell you, the crowd reaction was absolutely deafening. Looking at Ghost Rider's MCU future, we've got a solo film releasing in 2028 post-multiverse. He's confirmed in leaked Doomsday footage and appears in Doomsday and Secret Wars first. The strategy here is basically flawless for driving hype. Gosling's Ghost Rider isn't just getting a solo movie, he's officially debuting in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars first. Marvel is putting him on the biggest possible stage to build extreme, undeniable hype before his solo film drops in 2028. That solo outing is going to take place in the newly unified timeline after the multiversal war totally resets the board. Plus, this definitively confirms that the recent post-apocalyptic leaked set footage of Ghost Rider tearing it up on his bike was 100% real.
Next up, a Spider-Man Brand New Day exclusive clip shows Smart Hulk versus Punisher versus Spider-Man. Keeping that insane momentum going, Jon Bernthal literally stormed the stage. He brought an exclusive, extended clip from the new Spider-Man, and it was wild. We watched an absolutely brutal street-level sequence showing Smart Hulk taking point-blank bullets to the face from the Punisher, while Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets caught right in the middle of the crossfire. The fact that Disney allowed a Sony-owned movie to take up prime real estate during their biggest event of the year proves that the historic working relationship between Sony and Disney is stronger and way more integrated than it has ever been.
And then David Johnson is T'Challa Jr. in Black Panther 3. Closing out the main announcements, we got one final, massive surprise. Ryan Coogler is returning to direct Black Panther 3, officially slated for December 2028. But the twist here is a massive shift in the mantle. The story is moving away from Shuri as the lead. Instead, the film's going to star David Johnson as a fully grown-up T'Challa Jr., stepping up to fill his father's legendary shoes. Just like Ghost Rider, we can absolutely expect to see T'Challa Jr. introduced during the multiversal chaos of Doomsday or Secret Wars, making sure audiences are deeply connected to his journey before his solo film dominates the global box office.
Avengers Doomsday, the exclusive trailer breakdown. Okay, take a breath, because it's time to shift gears into the main event. This is what you've all been waiting for, and it is going to blow your mind. Let's break down the highly anticipated, fully leaked exclusive trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Before the footage rolled, Robert Downey Jr. actually took the stage alongside Ryan Reynolds, who showed up in a battle-damaged gray Deadpool suit just to crack jokes and tease his involvement with the film's opening sequence. But the second those lights went down, all the jokes stopped. Things got incredibly dark, intensely emotional, and undeniably cinematic.
Victor was always the smartest. I didn't realize Victor is totally broken. That quote is straight from Sue Storm. Picture this. The trailer opens with a haunting, emotional narration from her. As she speaks about how Victor was once kind and actually cared for others, the camera slowly, methodically reveals Dr. Doom. He's standing in dead silence, mourning a painting. The artwork depicts a woman and a child, his family, who were entirely wiped from existence by the multiversal incursions. Sue Storm's voiceover echoes over this tragic visual, confirming that Victor has lost absolutely everything and is completely, utterly broken. This immediately grounds Doom in a way we've never seen on screen before. He isn't just some generic villain conquering for power. He's driven by immeasurable grief and a terrifyingly focused motivation to punish the heroes he blames for his loss.
And that raw grief fuels a visual spectacle unlike anything the MCU has ever delivered. The multiversal battle visuals are insane. We see Reed Richards confronting Doom, Ian McKellen's Magneto and Gambit appearing, Thor with his daughter, and Cyclops completely destroyed after battle. It's just a rapid-fire montage of absolute multiversal devastation. We see Reed grabbing Doom by the chest, desperately asking, "Why did you do this?" We get split-second, glorious glimpses of Ian McKellen returning as Magneto in visible pain, Gambit back in intense action, and Thor looking deeply emotional while protecting his daughter. But the most gut-wrenching shot of the entire montage is a devastated Cyclops, completely broken and on his knees in the burning aftermath of a massive battle. This perfectly connects to those desperate Last Stand leaks we were tracking months ago.
All of you have been living stolen lives, and it's time to give them back. Then, all the sound completely drops out. Total silence. And Dr. Doom delivers that line which literally sent chills through the entire room. Now, the brilliant layered meaning behind this is exactly who he's targeting. Doom is directly calling out the heroes who selfishly manipulated the timeline for their own gain. He's talking about Steve Rogers, who stayed in the past to steal a life with Peggy Carter that wasn't rightfully his. And he's talking about the X-Men, who selfishly altered their own fate and rewrote history during Days of Future Past just to avoid extinction. Doom sees all of them as multiversal criminals, and he is finally here to collect the debt.
Dr. Doom's Superman-style landing proves incredible speed and physical dominance. To prove he has the overwhelming power to back up those massive threats, the trailer gives us a jaw-dropping sequence that fully showcases Doom's sheer physicality. We literally see Dr. Doom fall from the sky, crashing into the earth with a Superman-style landing at a blinding, almost impossible speed. This is absolutely crucial because it confirms that this specific variant of Doom isn't just relying on terrifying magic and his unparalleled intellect. He possesses immense, overwhelming physical speed and strength. He's a perfectly broken, fully unstoppable force on every single conceivable level.
I swear you will beg for hell before I crush you.
The tension then escalates to a boiling point when Thor violently steps up to him. Thor delivers this absolutely epic, aura-filled threat, looking Doom dead in the eye.
Thor leaps into the air, bringing Stormbreaker down with full, unbridled godly force. And Dr. Doom doesn't even flinch. He effortlessly stops the glowing axe dead in its tracks using just 2 fingers. Let that sink in for a second. Without a second thought, Doom channels a massive blast of explosive green magic, sending Thor flying backwards like an absolute ragdoll.
And that insane display of power leads directly into the epic finale. Doom uses his green magic to raise sentinels, prepares to annihilate mutants and Avengers with his arms wide open, establishing absolute dominance. In glorious high-definition resolution, we see the dusty aftermath of Thor being swatted away. Dr. Doom stands alone on the ruined battlefield, his arms wide open in a pose of absolute, chilling dominance. He channels his green magic straight into the cracked earth, resurrecting a massive, towering army of fallen sentinels right out of the ground. He's literally weaponizing the very machines built to destroy mutants, aiming them directly at both the surviving X-Men and the Avengers, preparing to wipe every single one of them from existence. Then, cue the epic Avengers Doomsday logo.
So, should trailers be convention exclusives or released simultaneously online? It's an unbelievable, game-changing piece of footage, but it really brings us to a massive debate regarding Marvel's current marketing strategy. Right now, this high-stakes trailer is locked behind the closed doors of Hall H, leaving millions of hardcore fans worldwide to rely on blurry, leaked phone recordings just to see it. It really begs the question, should these massive, universe-altering trailers remain convention exclusives just to reward attendees, or should the fans sitting at home who actively drive the billion-dollar box office get a simultaneous online release? I really want to know exactly what you think. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments right now, and while you're down there, debate this. Based on everything we just broke down today, which trailer sounds like the better cinematic experience to you? The CinemaCon cut or this absolute masterpiece from Comic-Con? Sound off below and keep watching for more updates.